When I went to the car, when I got so, and yeah, her son like a bad word there. So I like they not in the word in my car. So I went to the car and he was 3 days there. He was about because they drink the that night man, but he was I walked. I was already paid for. I had a class.
Go ahead, Al. Yeah, what's going on? Thank you for that generous introduction. I'm just Rico to the teacher, man, and trying to organize the people so we can fix problems in the community. So I just want to give a shout out to Yasha in the building. That's a very good elder right there, man. Brother, get head on the shoulders. You know, he pushes the alpha male. You know what I'm saying? Complex, which gets a lot of people.
Ain't nothing alpha about that male, man, bro. But anyway, go ahead and push the false narrative. He's a beta.
Stirred up in their feelings. When your masculinity, it shouldn't bother you.
All right.
Now, if you heard that, if you listened to that, Divine Prospect was talking about Yasha Ben Israel. He's a good brother. He has a good head on his shoulder, and how he pushes the alpha male complex, and how a lot of people get mad and upset with that. But if you have a good sense of masculinity, you should not have a problem with that. That's the part that JJ 7000 did not hear, you know. And he also said that that was pushing a false narrative. Now I want to define y'all, show y'all why that's not a false narrative. If it was a false narrative, you know, he said I was a beta male, right? Okay, this is the same JJ 7000 that when Kevin Samuels died, the day that Kevin Samuels died, he made a back chat group called Fuck Kevin Samuels, and he was on the side of the women that was hating on Kevin Samuels, okay? And he said, I am a beta male, right? But that's crazy. I'm a beta male, right? Okay, and he said, I'm pushing a false narrative, right? So let's just watch this video right here.
Wow.
I'm going to tell you all, my listening audience, why I believe in Yahweh Elohim, okay? And now, in my collection of me collecting my data, my videos, I'm thinking to myself, like, wow, I wish I could have Queen videos, you know, and God forbid she's here right with us right now. How are you, Queen?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
I am Bless.
Nice.
Yes, I'm glad to have you here. I just don't need today to go over the age. I was strictly dealing with Israel, like the issue going on in the Israelite world, just exclusively, and not just the black.
Misogynist.
Oh, that's it. That's it. That's it. Misogynist. That's the one. You know, and they came and got my back. You know, and I want to tell you personally, Lord knows it is a blessing for me to have you here on my podcast.
Well, you're welcome. No problem. I actually,
Wow. Hey, do you have the video? We can play it. You can share it with us.
well, it's on my other channel. I would have to drop the link for you later on, or somehow.
Okay.
Are you on Facebook?
Yeah, I'm on Facebook. My Facebook name is Terry Whitfield because
Now, this video, this sister made a video and dedicated the whole video to me on my alpha male teachings.
I had to use an alias because my real name, Yasha Ben Israel, because of my associations in the streets and the Israelite world and in the music world, is just too overwhelming for Facebook. So they just took my page down. They want to make me out to be a fraud. If it was my uncle, man, to tell him, boy, he was my nephew. It was so too deal. He was like my little nephew. You know what I'm saying? And I inspired all of that. You know what I'm saying? I try to tell these people that all your great gangsters that from Detroit, man, I knew every one of all the guys, your white boy Ricks, your Maserati Ricks, your Demetrius Holloways, man, I knew all of these people, your Currys. I'm talking about your big Ed Hazards. I knew all of these people. And all of that stuff was on my page, and they took it down. But that's because I was telling too much truth.
I understand. Yeah, they do that. They seem like they target black men a lot on Facebook.
Yeah, and one thing that you said that was great inspiration and very truthful, and it opened my eyes up. Why is the pages that is pushing out the most, we're talking about the most truth, is not the ones that are being most supported? My page is being watched by people that are larger than suggest. But yet still, Facebook, YouTube bans me. Facebook, YouTube. I'll wake up and have 200 views on my videos, and then I'll come back later on and there's like 76 views.
Wow. Oh my God.
Too hard. That's the Zodog research team. I mean, my channel is like shadow banned, like beyond belief. It's just so true about how the smartness, I mean, just take this red pill. How better will it be for us as a black people, as a community, as a block, right? As a city, as a nation, and subsequently the world.
Right, true. And a lot of the things that the red pill community is saying is biblical. You know, I don't know if they know it's biblical, but a lot of it is biblical.
It's very biblical because morals play. And morals, what makes morals so rich and valuable is that these are not just principles; these are established principles.
Right.
That has to have an establishment, and in today, the only thing that can really establish religion today, concretely, is religion, and they have infiltrated that. Wouldn't
I
you
meant
agree?
to say morals.
Yes. Yes, sir. Definitely.
You know, religion, they have even infiltrated that. Even the sad part about it, the black Israelite, the black Jewish, the black Hebrew religion has been infiltrated.
I meant to say the only thing to establish morals today basically is religion.
And it leads our people to a place of no refuge without in you. And I'm just telling you, you coming on the panel is just as great as Dana Manichi. Need to get Shahrazad Ali over here.
Yes. I love her.
And by you joining me, I think that we can do it. Join Yasha Ben Israel and help him out. And I'll help you out on your channel as well. You know, join your Facebook and anybody else. Y'all heard my story why I use Terry Whitfield. That's my nickname since here. I just felt like, man, I just wrestled with the angels. I feel like I just wrestled, you know, because it's a struggle, and it's a. I mean, here it is. We're looking at it right now live, and I've had lives where there was like 100 person that was in the live. It is Queen Virtue. Oh my goodness! I mean,
Because I think I found your channel about 2 years ago through someone else. And I came to your channel and I binge watched a women and how
doing those because you would not see me today on if I'd kept doing it. You know, I started out doing the Israelite stuff and they were on me then. Then when I went right there dealing with, I call it just dealing with relationship. They lump us and put us in the red pill category or the alpha male category, or you know, I don't know. I'm just overwhelmed. I'm so overwhelmed that I'm just. I would you
About your videos that when I first found your channel is that you were talking and loved about it because you were showing that these were
so
and
it wasn't none of the debates with the HOK and all of those guys over there. It was none of that that caught you first. It was that stuff.
yes.
Wow. It makes.
Wow. There it is, people. There it is. There it is. Now, you have a man calling me a beta male, right? A man who really is ignorant of the scriptures, ignorant of the Bible, right? Who is not even fit to preach and teach no one, nothing. He's not fit to. He's not a preacher. He's not a teacher. No one has ever ordained him. No Christian, no Muslim, no Jew has ever appointed him, right? And he's going to tell you that I'm a beta male. This is the same. That's the crazy part. That's the real silly part. You know, I want to share my screen right now. This is what women says about Yasha. You know, they when we talk about alpha male and beta male, I come, you know, it's me who come to mind. You know what I'm saying? You know, to define what that is. And the women does not see me as no type of beta, and you can just see that. You understand? And the lady's a pretty fine woman. She looked better than any woman that JJ 7000 has ever talked to. All right. And she's much smarter too, much more holier, you know, like she's a real Israelite woman. Now, I'm gonna show you the type of women that what women got to say about what Israelite women. This is what Israelite women has to say about Yasha ben Israel, right? Okay, this motherfucker calls me a beta male, right? You know what I'm saying? But he obviously don't know what the fuck that is. He got to be stupid. He must be fucking stupid. I tried to teach him what that was. I'm the first guy who ever even came to him with that concept. Why? Because the motherfucker was simping so hard. But allow me to share my screen. Look, we're going to see what Israelite women has to say about this guy, right? That's what Israelite women has to say about me on record and on camera, because I live a holy life, man. Now, when we're gonna see what Israelite women has to say about this guy, because he don't live a holy life. He don't even know what the fuck holiness is. You know what I'm saying? Because he just step up in here. We have just discovered why JJ likes to talk so much shit.
But it didn't curve her fat ass the white girl. But it curved me. Of course it curved.
What the fuck Carla just say? He licking booty hole. He just licked this booty hole and you mad. That's what
it hurt me, but it didn't curve her fat ass the white girl.
That was Nepal. You know, Carl was telling the pod, you just mad because he curved your ass. Then the pod say, you mean to tell me he curved me but didn't curve your fat ass? Then Carla say, oh, you just mad because JJ licking this booty hole. You know what I'm saying? Now, this is what Israelite women has to say about this guy. Fuck all of the fanfare. Let's look what the records say, right? I got some records for you, boy. I got a whole nother channel because I'm not going to spend another video on this channel talking about you. I got a whole channel set up for you, dog. Yeah. But anyway, yeah. But since you want to bring up some shit about demons, you know, we want to address that on this video. But so audience, right? We're going to let the record suggest who is the alpha and who is the beta on social media, right? So let's get back to this demon thing. Back on out of that. We're gonna play that a couple more times. JJ out here licking hoes, booty holes, huh? That ain't your wife, and that's defiled, sinner. We have just discovered why JJ likes to talk so much shit.
Me, but he didn't curve her fat ass like the white girl. But it curved me. Of course it didn't curve because guess what? You with this booty hole that you mad.
What the fuck Carla just say?
But he didn't curve her fat ass like the white girl. But it curved me. Of course it didn't curve because that's what? You with this booty hole that you mad.
JJ out here looking these hoes' asses. Man. But I mean that's what Israelite women have to say about this guy. But I promise y'all on this channel, I'm not going to make another video about this man on this channel. I'm going to preach and teach the word of Yah on here. But I have to fight. You know, I have to fight. I have to fight because I'm a fighter. Excuse me. I had to rush in and get this video done, but I'm at the table eating too. And I make my own spaghetti. I don't eat women's spaghetti, man. But anyway, let's get back to this video, this presentation about these demons, right? And for the record, you know, y'all can see in my presentation, I already got several videos about what went down. JJ know what went down. Y'all go over there and watch the original unedited clip. I didn't run. I left and I announced my leaving. I said what I had to say. I beefed with them niggas. I got intellectual. You know, I started out intellectual because we are to have an intellectual and respectful conversation. Me and G-Man. You know what I'm saying? Oh, y'all stay tuned for the sexual criminal debate that's coming up between y'all. This video is going to be good. I'm already in the making. I already got it set up. I'm already halfway done with it. And what I got right now is just phenomenal. Oh, fuck you doing playing with me, boy. But anyway, yeah, that's what happened. So we got the sex criminal debate between Polite and Heathen Hayes. Dauphine 7,000 times high. Judah Thief. Oh my God, Judah beat a bitch because she won't give me no pussy. Judah beat a bitch because he know that his time is up and these hoes about to throw him out. So he want to try to put the Ike Turner down. Man, boy, you was a sucker, man. So I'm getting it in on this nigga tonight, right? But since he want to talk about demons and shit, you know what I'm saying? Do know that when the debate debate never happened. In the prelims, unedited, you just watch the prelim, I mop the fuck out of him and George up. Any intellectual knows that. He can try to sway the audience. Man, people ain't stupid, dog. You the only stupid motherfucker out here, nigga. Nah. I promise y'all, one of y'all should been Israelites is warriors. So I'm gonna let it go down on this channel. But I promise y'all, it would not be another JJ 7000 video on this channel. I got a channel called Dummies, Liars, and Frauds. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and he already got like about 5 videos already. You know. And I'm gonna clean this channel up. I'm gonna take all them videos with the Lions Den and all of them Sinetta of them shit. I'm gonna take that shit and transfer it over there. I'm gonna clean this channel all the way up. If you ain't talking about no real good God degree shit, you know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna be allowed over here. You know, I'm holy enough by myself. I can hold down the fort by myself. God forbid when my soldiers step up, because they out there. Don't believe I'm out here by myself, sucker. So let's get back to this. Let me share my screen. First, let me mute my mic in case any disturbances from demons and goblins and shit on this end. You know what I'm saying? Same guy that
binged watched a lot of your videos. I was watching all of them, reading. I just always
The more stuff, the straight, like, biblical.
all of them, reading the comments, and I always try to come
So
to.
tell me, what sparked you more? The more of the, like, biblical, well, all of it's biblical, right? Oh, so
Right.
let me better say that. What sparked you more? More of the historical stuff, the straight, like, biblical researching stuff, the quote unquote red pill. What part sparked you to hit you the best?
I think it was more of the red pill stuff, ones pertaining to women and how the modern woman is. Pretty much, it was mostly. Mhm.
I had to stop doing those because you would not see me today on if I kept doing. I started Israelite stuff, and they were on me then. Then when I went right there dealing with what they call red pill, call it just dealing with relation to the righteous I talk about.
Right.
But they feel category, alpha male category, or this, that, or whatever. This is God body information to me.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. I'm just overwhelmed. I'm so overwhelmed that I'm just. I would. You popping up over here is like a spooky ghost. It's just like the ghost popping up out of nowhere.
Well, what I liked about your videos when I first found your channel is that you were talking red pill, but you were still tying it into scripture, and so that's what I loved about it, because you were showing that these were scriptural ideas. It wasn't just something worldly or whatever.
So
and
it wasn't none of the debates with the HOK and all of those guys over there. It was none of that that caught you first. It was that stuff.
Yes.
Wow. It makes.
Wow. There it is, people. There it is. Now, you have a man calling me a beta male, right? A man who really is ignorant of the scripture, who's ignorant of the Bible, right? Who is not even fit to preach and teach no one, nothing. He's not fit to. He's not a preacher. He's not a teacher. No one has ever ordained him. No Christian, no Muslim, no Jew has ever appointed him, right? And he's going to tell you that I'm a beta male. This is the same guy that we have on videos on this channel that women say he stick his tongues in their booties for a place to stay. This is the same man who worked for a temp service and lied to y'all as if though he's a roofer. We have videos of JJ getting fired right on the job. Just the same guy that while he's supposed to be roofing, you go up on the roof and this guy got a tripod up and he got he doing a whole damn podcast up there. The guy nothing to do with roofing. He talking about some shit that's going on between him and Sarnetta. The boss warned him right on air. And boss climbed up the ladder and caught him up there doing it again and fired him right there on the spot. He right there while he was recording, and the whole community saw these things. This man doesn't have a conscience. He should be embarrassed, but he's not embarrassed of that. And that empowers him more. When people do stuff like that, they're playing on your ignorance. They are insulting your intelligence, and if you accept it, then you're actually as wicked and foolish and stupid as he is. So I want to share my screen. I want to look up this word here. I looked up this word, and I want y'all to check this word out. Right? Here's the word right here. I'll pull it up. This word is called enmity, right? Enmity is a state or feeling of being actively opposed or hostile to someone or something. A state or feeling of being actively opposed or hostile to someone or something. Now, I want to go back and play this video one more time after I done educated you all about what words mean, so people can stop playing on you all's intelligence. Enmity is a state or feeling of being actively opposed or hostile to someone or something. So let's back up out of here. We're going to play this video again, and we're going to see someone actively opposed and hostile to someone or something. We're going to play this video again. Allow me to share my screen. Oh, I took it down. Well, I'll just pull it back up. We could be here for a while. If y'all really cared about the truth, y'all would wait, man. Ain't nobody out here trying to rush, trying to play games like that with people. If y'all really want to know the truth, y'all would respect this man's wisdom and sit here and get real quick, right? Okay, I pulled it up. Now allow me to share my screen again. How there it goes. Boom.
Hebrew scholar in the community. We got Divine Prospect, aka Brian Shields. Go ahead, Al.
Going on to teach him. I want to give a shout out to Yasha in the building.
Why man in the scriptures to what he's going to do. He's going to show enmity.
The alpha male, you know what I'm saying, complex, which gets a lot of people.
Ain't nothing alpha about that male, man. Bro. But anyway, go ahead and push the false narrative. He's a beta.
He said, I'm pushing false narrative and I'm a beta. You got a maid. This alpha masculinity. But JJ's to be in a state of feelings of being to me and everything that I stand for, right? So we're going to look up this word, right? JJ shows enmity. Let's look up this word, hate. Hate monger. A person who enmity or prejudice in others. JJ kindles all three. He kindles hatred, he kindles enmity, and he kindles prejudice towards the Israelite faith that I teach, in contrast to in gaslighting for his Christianity, for his Jesus Christ. And the sad part about it is that he's a horrible follower of Jesus. He's a horrible practitioner of the scriptures. He's a horrible example of a simple, basic Christian. Hate monger, a person who kindles hatred, enmity, we prove an enmity, and prejudice toward in others. I just prove why he's prejudiced, right? Because I preach the original Hebrew understanding, not the understanding that has later become infiltrated by paganisms. And we'll talk about that, right? And the subject at hand is demons, right? He's prejudiced towards the original Hebrew thought. A person who kindles hatred, enmity, or prejudice, right? I'm going to look up this one more word. We're already there. We can go back and get off into the lesson, right? Somehow my computer must be off air. Okay, it's pop up. And we look at this word here called hate, right? Hate. Feel intense or passionate dislike for someone. JJ he feels intense dislike for me. JJ feels passionate dislike for Yasha Ben Israel, also known as Terry Whitfield. Okay. Now we out here. Allow me to back up out of there. We done with that. So right here, back here again, we're going to time so we can see the enmity that this brother had.
Stir it up and in their feelings. When your masculinity, it shouldn't bother you.
All right. And last but not least, one of the top Hebrew scholars in the community, we got Divine Prospect, aka Ron Shields. Go ahead, Al.
Yeah, what's going on? Thank you for that generous introduction. I'm just a researcher, teacher, man, and I'm trying to organize the people so we can fix problems in the community. I just want to give a shout out to Asha in the building. My brother got a good head on his shoulders. You know, he pushes the alpha male, you know what I'm saying, complex, which gets a lot of people.
Ain't nothing alpha about that male, man, bro. But anyway, go ahead and push the false narrative. He's a beta.
Stir it up and in their feelings. When your masculinity, it shouldn't bother you.
All right.
All right. So we back up out of there. Now we can get on with the show. Hold on for a second. Massachusetts Mike is trying to call us, but he got the line all tied up. I can't get with you, Mike. You got the line tied up. I can send you the link. See if I can send Massachusetts Mike the link. Right. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and get phone send Massachusetts Mike the link. Maybe he'll catch it and come. I really don't want Mike coming on here distracting. I really need to get this lesson going. But I'm gonna send him the link. Massachusetts, Mike Shannon. Yeah. It won't let me send. Nah, somehow it won't let me send him anything. So we're gonna back on out of that. Mike, you're gonna just have to wait, buddy. Somehow, messengers. Somehow, it just my computer's slow. What's up, Mike? You there? I'm trying to call Massachusetts, Mike. But anyway, so we're going to share my screen and we're going to look up something else. Mike Shannon got my lines all blocked up. I can't even call him. Hold on for a second, people. Lines are tied up and I'm not fixing to deal with it. I'm on air and they're going to have to respect that. When did the word demon? We're looking here at a good read that give you something to think about. It said, when did the word demon for evil spirit come into popular usage in the English language? The word demon has been found throughout the New Testament and modern Bible ever in the 16th and 17th century and earlier. Tyndale Bible, Geneva Bible, King James Bible, and the Douay-Rheims Bible. Demons are not found. The English word demon has been found throughout the New Testament in modern Bible translations since the 19th century. However, in the 16th and 17th century and earlier, which is the Tyndale, the Geneva Bible, and the King James Bible, and the Douay-Rheims Bible, the word demon are not found. They use devil rather than demons. The Tyndale Bible and the Geneva Bible use duals rather than demons, which is where the Greek version and Latin Vulgate indicate daemonia. The case that I want to set here, let me back on out of here. The case I'm trying to set here is that, and I'm going to say this while I'm going to try to get Mike on in here. The case I'm trying to set here is that we see that James Bibles, the word demon is not in there. There we go. I just tagged Mike Shannon in. Hopefully, if he can get it and quit trying to focus on the phone and look in the back chat, he'll be able to get the message. He can jump on the show, but I can't be allowing all these interruptions. I got him and my cousin calling at the same time. So what I want to focus on here, and we got to take our time, is that in the 16th and 17th century and earlier, demons are not found in the Bibles. It's not in the William Tyndale Bible. It's not in the Geneva Bible. It's not in the King James Bible, and it's not in the Douay-Rheims Bible, which is the Bibles from which today are mostly trans and as it reads as expected, diabolia from Latin, Greek, also gets translated as devil in the Old English versions, which is still done in modern translations. There is one particular exception. The Douay-Rheims Bible does use demons just one time in Isaiah 34:14. That verse seems to be referring to wild desert animals rather than evil spirits. And modern Bible translations don't use the word demon in that verse. In the Clementina Vulgata, refers to wild desert animals rather than demon, making it compatible with modern Bible translations. Otherwise, demonia is repeated in a number of verses in the New Testament in both the Old Clementia and New Nova Vulgate editions. Let's see if we can get Mike, Massachusetts Mike, on the phone. We can't get him. Somehow we can't get old Mike on the phone. So before we go any further, it is very clear that the word demon is nowhere in the King James Bible. It's not in the Geneva Bible. It's not in the Tyndale Bible. And it's written only one time in the book of Isaiah 34:14 in the Douay-Rheims Bible. And even in that case, it seems to be referring to a wild desert animal rather than an evil spirit. Let's read a little further here. The King James Version has 0 references to demons. I repeat that. The King James Version has 0 references to demons. The King James Version has 0 references to demons. The King James Version has 0 references to demons. What did that mean? That means that the word demon is not in the King James Bible nowhere. It's not in there from Genesis to Revelations, not one time. The King James Version has 0 references to demons. They're always mentioned as devils. When the Greek and Latin indicate demonia is used, however, the word demonstrate is found in the King James Version, so the root word was in here. I'm thinking that demons did not enter the English vocabulary. In 1833, Noah Webster translated the Bible using demons rather than devils. For the very first time in a significant Bible translation, I am demon and demons were introduced into the English language as a wild animal. And this is true. Probably wild desert goats, which in the Gospels were inhibited by demons according to modern Bible translations, not old Bible translations now. Old Bible translations, they were just simple desert goats. That was it. They were inhibited by devils according to King James and Dewey Rames, and devils in the Tyndale and Geneva Bible translations. He says, I'm trying not to find out when demons were first used to refer to evil spirits in popular English, because it doesn't appear that it was in popular use back in the days of King James. This is a man who has done his research. This is a man who has done his homework. What I want to focus on here in this rendition is that the King James version is nowhere talking about demons. And what is ironic here is that people who believes in the King James version of the Bible hold the King James version. I've heard Black Jesus ministers say the King James version is the best translation out there. He said there's no translation better than the King James version, which is a very biased and uneducated statement to make, and false statement, right? Very false, and it's biased, and it's just not true. Okay, at all. There's zero amount of truth in that statement, but he upholds the King James Bible so hard to where he has to go to other translations of the Bible to find the word demon. Okay. What you got to do, people, is ask people, is the word demon in the Bible, in the King James Bible, the Bible that you read? Hold them to that, to the Bible that they hold dear. Set them up. Ask them to set up a question. What's the best, most accurate translation of the Bible that you would say? And most people would say the King James because they're biased. Their biasness wouldn't allow them to say the Hebrew version or any other translation. Most of the people are going to say the King James version is the best version. You got Israelites that say that, and you have Christians that say that. Once you get them locked into, some will go as far as saying how the King James Bible was the Bible that was sent down here by God. You know, they'll go as far as saying that. So that is the standard, right? And once you get to lock them into that, because you have to get these people, they like to run. They don't like to stand on their ground. They like to argue. That's all they want to do is argue because they're mad at you. But they can't prove you wrong, so they're mad at you. Once you get them, and it really doesn't matter whether you can get them to stand on it or not. The truth is the truth. So what you want to do is to get this person to say that the King James Bible is solid, and then in doing so, you say, can you find the word demon? So ask them if demons in the Bible. Do your Bible talk about demons? Do the King James Bible talk about demons? They're going to say yes, emphatically. Ask them to show you one scripture in the King James Bible where the word demon in root fashion exists in the Bible. I mean, in root fashion, meaning that it can be the word demon, it could be demons, it could be demon showing ownership, it could be demons showing plurality. It could be demonology. It could be any word. Show me the word in the King James Version of the Bible, anywhere from Genesis to Revelations. Most people don't out of the show. I didn't mean to do that, but I'm gonna show you something. I can allow me to. Where's we at here? We was talking about how the word demon is not in the Bible, right? King James book on demon. Demonology. Allow me to share my screen again. Right? Pop this up. This is King James book on demonology. It's called Demon. That's the name of the book. Can y'all see this? By King James 1, Demonology. 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 Demonology, people. And make sure that my screen is shared. Because a lot of times I'll be talking and I forget to share my screen. So this is the book, Demonology of King James. We're going to read into that a little bit just to get a little understanding of it. Demonology and full demonology in the form of dialogue, divided into 3 books by the High and Mighty Prince James, was first published in 1597. Now, the King James Bible was published in 1611, which means that King James published this book called Demonology prior. You're talking about maybe like 19 years, damn near 20 years prior to his publishing of the King James Bible. This will let us know that after we read this, well aware that King James was well aware or had some type of belief or understanding of demons. He had knowledge of demons. What's ironic is, why did not this word demon enter into his translation of the Bible? This is what we got to understand. So it was first published in 1597 by King James VI of Scotland. Later, also King James I of England, as a philosophical dissertation on contemporary necromancy, which is the practice of magical sorcery involving communication with the dead by summoning their and apparitions or visions for the purpose of divination or imparting the means to foretell future events and discovery of hidden knowledge sometime. The historical relationship between the various methods of divination used from ancient black magic. It was reprinted again in 1603, 13 years prior to the creation of the King James Bible, when King James took the throne of England. The widespread consensus is that King James wrote the dialogue in response to skeptical publications such as the Renegade Scott. Renegade Scott was Renegade Scott's Discovery of Witchcraft. And that book, Discovery of Witchcraft, is a book published by the English gentleman Reginald Scott. Where we at? Reginald Scott in 1584, intended as an expose of modern witchcraft. It contains a small section intended to show how the public was fooled by charlatans, which is considered the first published material on illusory or stage magic. Scott believed that the persecution of those accused of witchcraft was irrational and not Christian, and held the Roman Catholic responsible. Particular belief held that all obtainable copies were burned on the accession of King James in 1603. So this particular guy, Reginald Scott, everybody was running around there with the pagan thoughts about demons and stuff that wasn't real. I'm just going to be flat out and say it. They wasn't real and they were fake and phony. You had guys like Reginald Scott who wrote a book about it. And then you had guys like Christians, like King James, who wrote a book trying to rebuttal this man's book. But the man had already proved all of that stuff fake and phony to begin with. Okay? And it's funny how King James did not even put the word demon in his Bible. The word demon, people, is not in your King James Bible. That is important. Now, in the next video, I'm going to tell you all why that's important. Okay? So let us back up out of here. As we go further, you'll learn why that's not important. Why that is so important, that the King James Bible we'll learn why that's so important. I keep falling out. I keep pushing the wrong button. But we'll learn why that's so important, because in the 16th and 17th century and everything before that, this concept of demon wasn't even in the Bible, period. It wasn't even a word. And if it wasn't a word, it wasn't a thought. Right? Today, they will try to tell you that demons and devils are the same thing. The truth of the matter is that a devil and a demon is a demon. Okay? You learn about demonology, they'll tell you that the demons are the lesser gods or the lesser entities or the lesser deities. Like Satan is the supreme deity and his minions are demons. This is the common idea that perpetuates in the minds of pagans and Christians and even some Muslims. This is what they mean by the lesser deities. You dig? It's a lesser deity, meaning like a demon, like there's a higher deity and then there's a lesser deity. So I'm going to get off into, I want to look into something else. Did we finish that? Yeah, we finished that. And that's just what I wanted to establish in this first lesson series about demons, what they are and what they are not, and why it's important that we understand the truth about spirituality. Because what ends up happening is that this is the importance. You want to understand the truth about spirituality, because in the translations that you have, the Europeans who translated it interloped their paganisms into this book. Okay. And eventually end up having you worshiping your way of life and your way of worship become European paganism and not that of the ancient Israelites and that of the Bible. So I want to back up out of here, and we want to look up the Hebrew translation of the word demon. I'm just going over some things real quick so you all can see some things, right? Okay, we're trying to find let's go right here to the biblical and theological research for growing Christians. Demon in the Old Testament issues in translation. Now, these are Christians, right? This is why I tell you, JJ not no Christian. JJ is, the Bible says, all your ways acknowledge him and lean not to your own understanding. And I'm going to post that scripture so you all can see it. All your ways acknowledge the things of God, acknowledge God's own understanding. You know, this is Christian material. And I've proven to you all that JJ is not a Christian, nor is he a Hebrew Israelite, nor is Black Jesus minister. A Black Jesus minister got kicked out of his own church as a Christian. You know, trying to rebuild the Pentecostal movement into something that it was never even intended to be, and they kicked his butt on out the church. You know, so therefore, both Black Jesus Minister and JJ 7000 are very fraudulent Christians. Okay, so let's look right here in the biblical. This page is the biblical and theological resources for growing Christians. The Christian Resource Institute. Demons in the Old Testament Issues in Translation by Dennis Bratcher. Note with some browsers to view the Greek and Hebrew characters in this document properly must have multilingual support and Unicode enabled. Hold on for a second. Got to plug this on in because the battery is getting low. I'm going to read this and we're going to end this segment here. This is part one. It said there are places in the Old Testament where some English translations use the word demon or devils. For example, demons in Deuteronomy 20:32-17 and Psalms 106:37. Goat demons. Leviticus 17:7, Isaiah 13:21, the NRSV, devils, 2 Chronicles 11:15 AV. In other places, it is easy for people in the modern world who are accustomed to reading the New Testament to think demons when they read things like an evil spirit, even though the texts clearly say that evil spirits is from God. For example, in Judges was that Jude? Is that Jude 9:23 or Judge 9:23? We're going to vet that in the next. We're going to examine all of this stuff here in further videos. So that Judges 9:23 and 1 Samuel 16:14 through 20. It says that when you read things like evil spirit, even though the text clearly says that evil spirits come from God, right? They're telling you that evil spirits come from the devil or that evil spirits come from demons, right? Or some type of other thing other than what the Bible says. The Bible says right there in Judges 9:23 and 1 Samuel 16:14 to 23 that evil spirits come from God. Those are daggers, people. If they don't accept this, then they don't believe in the Bible. A person like that need to be killed. It must be a horrible thing to be. So in spite of the translations, there is no word in Hebrew equivalent to the English word demon. This is the reason why your King James, despite of the translations, there is no word in Hebrew equivalent to the English word demon, nor any word that communicates the same meaning that the term communicates in English, as a malevolent being in the service of the devil out to destroy humans. That idea today has been shaped by the imagination of medieval writers and popularized in modern church in terms of evil beings against which Christians need to wage a spiritual war. Like JJ has to have these fake ideas just so he can wage a spiritual war against me, because the reality, he has no basis. Yet the ancient Israelites lived in a world in which that view of demons was not part of their culture or way of thinking. This disparity between our own modern notions and what lies behind the Hebrew terms and concepts often lead to misunderstanding the point of the biblical text and what it communicates. It is always a good idea to read what the biblical text actually says about a topic and understand the passage against the social and cultural backgrounds of ancient Israel, not America, and not England, and not Greece, and the early church, before we impose too many of our own modern assumptions and preconceptions about meaning into scripture. Idols and demons. A good place to begin is Deuteronomy 32, 16 through 17. They made him jealous with strange gods, with abhorrent things they provoked him. They sacrificed demons, not God, to deities they had never known, to new ones recently arrived, meaning that these demons, he said he gave to old ones and new ones, right? He said they sacrificed unto these demons, right? And these demons were not God, nor were they in the beginning with God, because he said that to new ones recently arrived. And I'm telling you, people, every so often, every paradigm, there's a new idea and a new concept of this word called demon. The very concept that we have of demons is one that recently, it's a new one that has recently arrived, whom your ancestors had not feared. Our ancestors did not fear what JJ and Black Jesus is calling demons. Our ancestors never knew the concept of what JJ and Black Jesus Minister is calling demons because they refused to read the Bible. Again, Deuteronomy 13, 16, and 17, it reads, they made him jealous with strange gods, with abhorrent things they provoked him. They sacrificed to demons, not God, to demons they had never known, meaning that the Israelites never known these things. They start to pick up on these new ideas and new concepts, to new ones recently arrived, to new God. To your ancestors had not. The scripture said that the Israelites never knew them and they never feared these demons. Why is it that JJ and Black Jesus Minister is lying by invoking demonic fear onto the public? Saying Black Jesus Minister clearly said that the demons were created from the beginning. God of talking, and he cannot prove that because the Bible early in the game said that the Israelites had begun to start sacrificing. He said that they made him jealous with strange gods, that these demons were strange gods. And they sacrificed unto these demons that were not God. They were not Yahweh. To demons they had never known, that they had never known. The most Israelites have never known a concept called demons. They were strange deities from the Gentile and the pagan nations of the pagan world, who they adopted, which means that the Israelites who began to sacrifice unto demons, they were adopting paganism. They were adopting the gods of the heathens. That's what a demon is. A demon is the god of the heathens. And I'm telling you that these demon concepts are gods of the heathens. And for JJ and Black Jesus Minister to project these gods of the heathens onto us, they are wrong, because our ancestors never knew them. To news recently seen who our ancestors never feared. It's clear that our ancestors never knew a demon, and they never feared them. The Hebrew word translated demon in verse 17, the shad, right, or sheed. I pronounce it shad, but it occurs here in the plural with the preposition to, and vocalized with the definite article the lashadim, right? That's how I would pronounce it, but they pronounce it lasadim, which gives us to the demons, right? Lashadim. It said it had the definite article the there, but it's not. It would be la hashadim, but there's no ha there, so I don't know why he put that there. But it is important to be aware that translation is not a matter of finding a single word in the language that translates another word in another language. I repeat, it is important to be aware that translation is not a matter of finding a single word in one language to translate another word into another word. Translation is more often the translation of idea and concept rather than merely words. And there is rarely a one-to-one correspondence of single words between languages that are separated by 3,000 years of history and culture, like English and Hebrew. Also, there are other features of language besides just the words that affect translations in the language that translates another word. Be aware that translation is not a matter of finding a single word in one language to translate another word into another word. Translation is more often the translation of idea and concept rather than merely words. And there is rarely a one-to-one correspondence of single words between languages that are separated by 3,000 years of history and culture, like English and Hebrew. Also, there are other features of language besides just the words that affect translations. Words do not have fixed or inherent meaning in any language, like JJ and Black Jesus is trying to project. I have to say this because what they would try to do is that being that the word demon is not in the Bible, what they're going to try to say, well, demon is devil. So anytime you see the word devil, it means demon. No, it does not. It may mean that in English, right? But it don't mean that in Hebrew because the shad and the shaitan are two different words, two different concepts. So also there are other features of the language beside the words. Okay, where was I at there? Okay, beside the words that affect translations, words do not have fixed or inherent meanings in any language. The historical or culture in which they are used, the literary to address affect the meaning, what a term communicates, and how it is to be understood. There are many words in English that can take on different meanings in different circumstances, like the word life, for instance, or that can be used as technical terms in one context and yet take text. Take, for example, the simple English run. It has a fair to go faster than a walk. However, in different contexts, it can refer to what a candidate does in a political campaign to play a musical uh, to play a musical passage quickly, or to go back and forth or spread out between 2 points, to melt, to remain constant, to penetrate or slip through, etc. It is usually a context, or it is usually a context or context, as well as other terms in that context that gives us clues to which meaning it means, rather than complicating the meaning. In many places in Hebrew scripture, some of it translated. There is one unique and prominent feature of Hebrew writing context parallelism, in which ideas are related and emphasized by the grouping of synonyms, or antonyms. I like that. Along with the term translated demons, in the Hebrew of Deuteronomy 32:16 and 17, there are a whole series of terms with similar meanings, parallelisms, that will help us understand how the writer is using the term shad. In these two verses, there are 4 other parallel terms and phrases that are used with the word translated as demon: strange or foreign gods, which is Zaraim; abhorrent things, which is Ta'ivot; demons, which is Lahashadim; gods, they did not know, which is the Elohim, right? New ones recently come, of whom your fathers were not afraid, which is the Cassidy. The first of these parallel terms is simply the word strange or foreigner, right? It is like a foreigner, like I stated. It is most often used of things that present a threat to the community, such as a foreign people who are enemies, Jeremiah 5:19, etc. Prostitutes, strange women, Proverbs 2:16, or things that violate custom or law. Strange fire, Leviticus 10:1, Numbers 3:4. A strange incense, Exodus 30:9. And this in this sense, it is also used to refer to the gods of foreign people that present a threat to the proper worship of God. That's Psalms 44:21, Isaiah 43:12, and Jeremiah 2:25. In these senses here, it is used to refer to the God of foreign people. Demons projecting the idea of these strange God, proper worship of Yahweh Elohim. And this is the very reason why they do that. This is the reason why they are an offense to me, because they present a threat to the proper worship of God. The same is true in the second term, abhorrent things. This term is often used to refer generally to the whole practice of Baal worship that included cult objects like household idols, images, sacred poles, trees, and high places, as well as sexual practices of fertility religion, which were all abhorrent or offensive to Israelites. Leviticus 18:22, Deuteronomy 7:25, 1 Kings 14:24, and etc. The final two terms often refer to the gods of Canaan, with which the land. The final with which the Israelites had come into contact only after entering the land. Meaning before that time, they wouldn't even have no kind of concept or ideology of what it was like to, what a strange deity was like, or a foreign deity was. The first foreign deity came to them by way of entering into the land of Canaan. So it said the final two entries also refer to the gods of Canaan, with which the Israelites had come into contact only after their entry into the land. For the time frame of Deuteronomy, see the book of Deuteronomy. The golden calf or bull in Exodus 32 may have reflected Egyptian religious beliefs, which would have been a shad, right? All pagan deities and gods were called a shad. In this sense, they were new gods that the people did not know before. The Israelites did not know these gods, man. It seemed obvious in this context. From these parallel refers to the gods of the surrounding people that posed a threat to Israelite worship of Yahweh. Just like the Christianity that JJ has, you know, it seems obvious that in this context that these parallel terms that were used to translate demons also refer to gods of the pagan surrounding people. And these gods posed a threat to the purity of the worship of Yahweh. In this passage in Deuteronomy, the wider context is an appeal in the form of recounting Israel's failure to worship God and their practice of worshiping the idols of Canaan. To worship God properly as the only God. This is good. Okay. So first, okay. I said they said to indicate text use the term shad here is also important. Just a few things later in the passage, there is a clear statement that these demons are strange gods or abhorrent things that the people are so tempted and used to replace Yahweh are really no gods at all. They provoke me with their idol. The word translated as demon not refer to anything. I repeat, this lead translated as demon does not refer to anything close to what we modern thinkers think of demons, but is a pejorative that are you compare writer when a writer pokes fun at the god and don't. Wow. I- and they made me jealous with that which is no God, provoked me with their idols. I got to read this again, and this makes me ponder. It said, this leads to the conclusion that this demons does not refer to anything close to what we models think idols of Baal worship that are declared to be nothing at all. Isaiah 44, 6-20, where the writer poked fun at the God but wood and stone, which is emphasized is that they are no God. They're not real. Basically, they're not real. They're not no God. The Bible says that the word for demons, that these things are not a God. They have no power. They just wood and stone. But JJ and Black Jesus are going to have you to believe that these are some type of spiritual entity. And there's nothing can be farther from the truth. In light of this verse, we must note that verse 17, it can be translated in two ways. In NRSV, it is translated, they sacrifice to demons, not understood to say that they sacrifice to the demons instead of sacrificing to God. However, the construction in 17a is identical with verse 21, which means they sacrifice would further emphasize the pejorative use of the term shad. Wow. Mind-boggling. I have to take a breather behind that. So in any case, a closer look at the word shad in Hebrew emphasizes that it refers in a negative way to Canaanite idols and deities. Actually, the term shad demons does not even originate in Hebrew, meaning the term shad is not even a Hebrew word. It is a loan word from Assyria, from the Assyrian word sigdu. This word in Assyrian refers to the mythological creatures that were supposed the Sphinx, Colossus of Asher. The primary deities of the Assyrian and Western mythology, they are called griffins. The word in Hebrew then originally referred to mythological creatures associated with Assyrian deities. The very purpose of using the term and paralleling them with other terms for association with the Assyrian idol, the term them seems to be emphasized that the pagan deities are not something to fear because they are not really God at all. In Hebrew thought, or have no power, or importance of which to fear. It says right here in Hebrew thought, that is equivalent to saying that they do not exist or have no power or importance of which to fear. Yeah, so I mean, so really the whole idea that people have of demons and devils, spirits, angels, Satan, all of these are words that today do not mean what they meant in the days of the prophets. The whole concept of religion today has been heathenized and interloped with pure paganism. I mean, not only is the word demon a fluke because it ain't real. I mean, my challenge to anybody, and I'm just going to say it, if you are so real and so positive that demons are real and that demons exist, then I challenge you to produce one. Summons one. Summons one right now. Show me any kind of real evidence of a real demon. Okay, I'm not trying to hear all these words and all of this other malarkey. Prove a real demon right now. Like I can prove my car, right? I could just go outside and show you my car, right? I can prove anything that I need to prove, right? I could prove that demons are not real. Watch this. Demon, demon, demon. I summons you. I call you to come up right now. Ain't nothing happened. Oh, great demons of the world, pop up. Let 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 10 just pop up right now. Where are you, demon? This is the Halloween season. I should see you coming around. I should see you lurking. Only if there were any demons at all, right? It's the people who believe in the concept of the new concept of a demon. All the people who believe in this newly concept of demon, they are the walking, talking demons of today. Every one of them, simply because they believe in an idea and a concept that never existed. My second challenge to you, since you can't produce one, is to show me the word demon in the King James Bible. Show it to me. Show it to me in any Bible, from the King James Bible all the way back to the writings of the prophets themselves. Show me the word demon in the King James Bible. If you can't do me to it, or don't show me the word demon in any book that was created after the 1611. Don't show me the word demon in the New Revised King James Bible that's probably not even 20 years old, right? Because because if you can show me the word demon in a modern Bible, but can't show me a word demon in the 1611, or even I would even say any standard King James version, the word demon ain't in there. So if you preaching a concept that's not biblical, then you're preaching a concept that belonged to the pagans and the heathens, which is a very unholy concept. You're preaching the gods of the pagans. You're not preaching that of Yahweh Elohim. You're preaching gods that our forefathers never known or never feared. You're preaching about gods that who our Bible says they are not gods. You're saying that they're gods because you're saying that they are spirits. When the Bible say that which you call or refer to as demons in the Old Testament was none other than wood and stone. But you want to lie like it's some type of invisible entity or something. An invisible entity that the Bible never said existed, and an invisible entity that you cannot prove existed. You can't prove exist in real life, and you cannot prove it exists in Scripture. You could get a bunch of people lying and telling you that they saw demons, and they did not. Any man telling you that they saw a demon other than a wicked human being is a liar, man. He's a liar, and he's a liar, and he's fucking crazy. My challenge is to produce a demon. If you can't do that, then show me the word demon in the Bible. I'm talking about in the Bible that you read, the Bible that you call holy. Because you guys are so fake and so fucking phony, you'll go to a modern translation just to show me the word demon. But when I go to that same modern translation and show you that the prophet Isaiah didn't prophesy no goddamn virgin, then you get mad. And then you want to throw that book away. When I show you other points to where that differ from the King James, just like it differed from the King James in the fact that it has the word demon in it and the King James don't. What I'm saying is, in any book from 1611, the 1500s, the 1400s, the 1300s, the 1200s, the 11th century, the 10th century, the 9th century, the 8th century, right? All the way on back to the 1st century, going all the way back to the BC days. The word or the concept of demon is not a part of Hebrew holiness. It's not a part of Hebrew righteousness. And it's not even a part of Hebrew cosmology. It's not a part of the Hebrew faith. And anybody who's talking about it is pushing satanic heathenism and paganism. When I hear guys talk that demon shit, all this fake shit about demons and all that, these are the same guys. A lot of these guys got histories of drugs. A lot of these people got history of masonry. You could tell a Mason because a Mason is quick to conflate a Hebrew and the Greek concept. You know, that's what Masonry is about, where they conflating, esoterica and mysticism type shit. The Godfrey Higgins and Madame Blavatsky's and Aleister Crowley's and all of those guys, you know what I'm saying, were all fucking Masons. And they like to conflate the Hebrew and the Greek and the Bible and the Quran and the Bible and Egyptology, you know what I'm saying? And the Bible and the epics of Gilgamesh, the Noah story and the epic of Gilgamesh. They try to conflate all of this stuff. And you don't mix. The Bible tells you don't mix that which is clean with that which is unclean, man. You just don't do that. And those guys over in the Lion's Den are pushing a brand new agenda. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no real, genuine scholar going to ever tell you that this shit about that they call demons is real. Not no real one. And that's just the facts. All I tell you to do is produce one. Quit lying and goddamn Mickey Ficky produce one. Produce a real one. You can't because you're liars. Because there is none. They don't exist. They are not spirits. They're not gods. The Bible says God is a spirit, right? So if the Bible says God is a spirit, and that same Bible say that what you call a demon is not a god, then it is not a spirit. It is nothing but wood and stone. And that's what the ancients knew them as. Idols, pagan idols. Idols that had ears but heard not, that had eyes but saw not. You don't get this spooky, weird concept that these people have today. That shit crazy. And if it did exist, it did not exist in Hebrewism. This is why the word demon does not exist in the Old or the New Testament of the King James Bible and earlier. These are newly made up. And that's what the Bible said these demons were. The Bible said that the demons were newly made up. And our forefathers did not know them. They were the lesser gods of the pagan nations. And these guys are always introducing the lesser gods of the pagan nations, especially when they introducing heaven, hell, demons, devils. Demons and devils came from Mithraism. I'm just telling you. The pantheon with a demonic devil leader and his demons is minions. And in contrast to the holy good side, man, all that shit crazy and it's fake and it's phony. You know what I'm saying? There is no such thing as demons. You have wicked, evil persons. Now you go to the New Testament, they'll lie to you and tell you that demons and devils, the demons, devils, and the spirits, and none of them are spirits. If they ever existed, the Bible gives you reference that devils, surely devils, and Satan is humans. We got videos proving that clear on throughout this channel. The problem is that you got people who believe in your King James Bible, and your King James Bible, when the Europeans translated this stuff, they interloped paganism into the Bible. This is the reason why the very word God go back to Odin and Thor. They have replaced the word Shemayim, which simply means the sky, with the concept of the Odin and the Valhalla. And your Christian concept of heaven is no different than Odin. Jesus in heaven is no different than Odin and the Valhalla. Worship. The very concept of the English was those who fought for Odin. And when they died, they had a special spot in the sky called the Valhalla. For Odin worshipers, for those who fought for Odin. That shit no different than Christianity, paganism. That's all. Anybody who pushing these false pagan concepts into Hebrew holiness are doing nothing other than preaching the lesser gods of heathenism and paganism. For our ancestors never knew these gods. Our ancestors never knew these spirits that you're talking about, that you're lying about. I want to know something, and I've always said this. The people who running around here lying about demons and devils, you watch them. Because that's a diversion tactic. 9 times out of 10, they are the demons and the fucking devils. And they have to divert you to a non-demon, to a non-devil that don't exist, because so you won't begin to see the devilishness in that motherfucker. The Satanism and the adversity against the laws, the statutes, and the commandments of Yahweh Elohim. None other than a distraction, a good distraction. And it's not real. What's real is that anybody who's telling you about a spirit demon, a spirit devil, a spirit angel, the New Testament don't tell these lies. Jesus Christ looked Peter in the face and said, "Get ye behind me, Satan." He wasn't looking off into the fucking ethereal world or the seraphic world or the non-corporeal world, or the intransient world, or the transient. He was looking directly at a man named Peter in the face, and he told him, Satan, you get behind me. You, Peter, you. Because Peter cut that man ear off. And Jesus, like, you can't ear off, man. You stopping the prophecy. The fake ass prophecy, because when the Old Testament people never even prophesied no goddamn Jesus. Just a good ass made up story. And it's the same story. It's the same story all the way back, going to go all the way back to the Roman Empire that got your asses enslaved today, up under the dumb Damasus? You know what I'm saying? The slave laws in which these same damn Christians enslaved you damn Hagarinis and Saracens. The Hagarinis are the sons of Hagar, and the Saracens are the sons of Sarah, you dumb, ignorant, black people. And they were the Moors. They were black folks, Israelites and Ishmaelites. And the Catholic Church enslaved them. And that slavery has held all the way over to Spain in the name of Jesus Christ and Christianity. And then when the Catholics could no longer hold that slavery, because the same white Christians that was enslaving you, at that time, the Anglo-Saxons, the English, the British, they were Catholic. This was before Martin Luther. And then they got their hands in the slave trade. And since they was white and they had Christianity, then they can easily get on in the slave trade now. They began to rebel against and created the Protestant church because they protested against the Catholics, but they didn't let them. They let the Catholic religion go, but they didn't let the dumb Damasus go of the Catholic that the Catholics set forth, because the British took on slaves up under the Protestant church. And they had no right to take on slaves up under the Protestant church because the decree was for the Catholics in the name of Christ, not the Protestants. What does this stuff got to do with anything? It has a lot, people. You got to know history, man. So when the under the Catholics, all of these people was reading books like the Vulgate, right? At that time, because that was the baddest, the Latin Vulgate, and there's other little translations, but the first English translation came by the hands of Bishop Waltherless in the 4th century. You have to understand the things that was going on. At this time, you got to understand that in the 4th century, the Catholic Church was ran by black people. St. Augustine and Tertullian were black people, and they were African. They didn't have the spooky dookie. The spooky dookie that, as you know it, like these evil spirits that they're talking about, it's this one word, in the Old English of Bishop Waltherless, that every time they came across words like the malak, the angel, right? Or words like a devil or something, or a demon or something, you know what I'm saying? The words like the shadim, right? Or diabolos, right? They would translate that into English word Erengast, right? And Erengast is where you get the departed spirits from the dead bodies. This spirit concept came, and this was around the 1300s, people. Somewhere between the 4th century and the 1300s. The reason why I say that the 1300s, you know what I'm saying? Because you had these different translations that was coming into play after Bishop Waffles. You had several. You had the William Tyndale. I mean, you had many different translations that came after the Catholics and the Anglo Saxons protest, right? And it was during this Anglo Saxon protest they interloped and interpolated this paganism into your King James and your English Bibles, because these people were straight heathens and straight pagans. All they knew was Thor and hell. See, there go the word hell. Y'all didn't know hell was a pagan, but y'all want to keep telling people that they dying and they're gonna go to hell if they don't believe in Jesus. No, if Jesus had, you'll die. If you go to hell, you'll go to the grave. You're not going to this mythological place, because that stuff is unfound and it's not real. It just ain't real, people. Anybody who trying to tell you this bullshit has been exploited, and they want to exploit motherfucking others. It's just like an abusive rape type of motherfucker. A motherfucker that's been abused, that's been raped, that's been hurt. All they want to do is hurt, abuse, and rape others. Those that has been extorted out their goddamn mind, all they want to do is pass the extortion to other people. Anybody who is telling you lies about any other spirit other than Yahweh Elohim is a liar and an extortionist. And you just sit back and watch them. Now, I'm infused, and I promise y'all, I told y'all this would be the last video that I say and make about JJ 7000, right? So I got another video that's in the bullets, right? I'm going to put it on my video side. I'm not going to do any lives, and the one that's on my because that one's in the making. That one is going on the video side. But after that, we will not have any more videos about Jeremiah, Dante, Heathen Hayes, right? So, but that being that, there's a part 2 that I'm going to do tomorrow about these heathens, right? These heathens, these demons, these devils, and I'm going to just be breaking all down these concepts. I'm going to keep pounding the pavement, pushing this, because this is the reason why they're making videos about it, is because they don't like it and they wish that I shut up. And you know what I'm saying? So now that I know what they have against me and what they don't like, I'm just going to make them not like it even more. I'm just going to keep pushing it and keep pushing it and keep pushing it until the world catch on. You see what I'm saying? Because I'm not going to shut up. You know, what you're doing is nothing but creating and giving me content. You know what I'm saying? There's so much other stuff that I would like to teach, but I have to get y'all up out of this paganism first. Y'all holding on to the paganism so hard that y'all can't even pass go in Hebrew thought. But that being stated, I'm finna end this program. Hit that like, share, subscribe button, and I am out of here. Come back tomorrow. We're gonna have a part 2 of this with some more information. It's just not gonna stop. The teaching is not gonna stop. But the beefing, that's going on the fraud, the liars, the dummies, liars, and fraud channel. You know, and it's going down over there, raw and uncut, cussing, fighting, going straight street hard. You know what I'm saying? But over here, yeah, we're gonna keep it clean. You know, this the last day. You know what I'm saying? This video and the part 2 that'll be dropping tomorrow. You know, this the very last live that Jeremiah Judah is ever going to name is going to be mentioned on my channel by me. I wouldn't even be talking about him no more. And tomorrow, the video is going on the Dummies, Liars, and Frauds channel, but it's going to be simulcasted, so it's going to get shot over here too. But outside of that, you know, all the beef too is on Dummies, Liars, and Fraud channel. You know, I got a special channel for that. You know, what it is I've been getting complaints because people want to be taught and served the truth over here. And I thank him for starting the beef, because I did not. This demonology concept is the very thing that got me to start this channel And I never ever even addressed that. I had so much more that I wanted to say, but I'm glad that Jeremiah Judah made me go back to my essence and to teach about real demonism. They don't exist. It's fake. It's fake and phony. You know, we can watch. I can show you all them fake ass movies, Poltergeist, and all these fake ass exorcists. You know, I mean, Madame Blavatsky. She had a big ass. She had a house. You know what I'm saying? That it's supposed to be like a haunted house where seances and shit would be taking place. Man, the whole house was booby trapped and rigged. The shit was going on in there. All that shit was fake. You know what I'm saying? They had people in there believing that shit. You know what I'm saying? The house was just straight booby trapped and rigged, you know, to make people think that it was spirits, ghosts and shit, sounds and ooh and lights shutting on and off. All that shit was just fake. You know what I'm saying? Just fake. You know, she'll probably tap on the table 3 times and somebody in the motherfucking basement shut the lights out in the house, turn them on and off 3 times and shit. You know what I mean? Just crazy shit. You know what I'm saying? That was just straight fraudulent. And you people coming in the name of Jesus, coming in, you two. That's why you niggas don't want to run with Yahweh, because y'all scared Yahweh gonna strike y'all ass down for telling these goddamn lies. And he will. So y'all come with a fake ass Jesus, a fake ass God, a fake ass religion, and then come and push that fake shit on the world. Man, I'm never submitting to that fake and phony shit. And anybody who trying to push that shit on me, man, y'all can get the fuck out of my face. Kick fucking rocks. Peace. I'm out.